The BOFA Indy Classic League is on the air! Live from Road America, it's the Thanksgiving Thrash. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. Going to be joined momentarily by my partner in crime, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Lotus 79s at Road America. It doesn't get much more exciting than this on a Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Hope your Black Friday was safe and nobody got into too many brawls over stupid shit. Hot laps winding down right now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at our current point standings. Geoff Hollingsworth sitting at the top of the board. Connor Ojeda sitting in a solid second place. And Connor holding down second, being the only driver to have not missed a start this season. So good on you, Connor. Brad Allison, 24 points out of first. Johnny Antonucci, 28 back. So still a pretty tight battle. Nate Stiefker missing a couple of races, not here tonight yet. 40 back. Mark Walker, 72 back. Kevin O'Brien, 77 back. Garrett Maines, 86 back. Sage Karam, 100 points out. Scotty Brinson, 109 out. As the qualifying now underway. Let's bring our good friend the timing and scoring screen up. Everybody on their out lap right now, so nobody really posting a time as of yet. As Damon Martinez taking over the 7-Eleven car. Scotty Brinson not with us tonight, spending the holiday weekend with his lovely girlfriend, Miss Brittany. So, Marcus Hagman with us tonight, as is Joe Morganti back with the crew. Stuart Lumpkin out on track right now. Mark McFadden with us again tonight. James Bunce joining us. Connor Ojeda again with us tonight. Paul Crumry with us tonight as well. Sage Karam out on track right now. And these guys were just flat getting it in the hot lap session. There was a couple of cars that went into the 1 minute and 56 second area, which is just insane to me that these guys are just getting that much out of this car right now.
Well, there was only one driver that went into the 156s, and that was Mr. Sage Karam. He just absolutely blistered one before the end of practice.
Well, no, Damon Martinez was in the 56s too.
His official time was 157.4.
Oh, okay.
So,
I stand corrected.
So Sage Karam almost a full second ahead of second place in hot laps.
As Mark Walker eats the tire barrier coming out of 1. Now, the one thing these guys are really going to have to be mindful of, Sam, is Tony Trapasso in the booth with you with Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, league owner, chief cook, and bottle washer here in the BOFA Indy Classic Series. One thing these guys are really going to have to be mindful of are cold tires. I know the track conditions are a little bit better than when we had the practice sessions up earlier in the week. But what I'm seeing is cold tires are still biting these guys pretty hard. You're going to need at least a full lap around this place to really make it happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing with these cars anyway. I mean, back in the day, tyre warmers were not a thing, so you had to go out on cold tyres and just deal with it and warm your tyres up the best way. And it's the same case in iRacing. They mould it exactly the same. No such thing as tyre warmers. Your tyres aren't already ready, preheated before you go out on track, so you're going to have to deal with it on your out lap just to get those tyres warmed up and ready for your fast lap here.
Well, the one thing that really blew my mind, especially when I was watching the movie Rush, which, for those of you who consider yourselves Formula One fans and you haven't seen that movie yet, we're pulling your fandom card. But at some of the tracks, they would actually pour ice on the tires prior to the start of the race. And I'm like, did that seriously just happen?
Yeah, it was known to happen in the 70s, and even back in the 70s, they were still trying to find themselves as a series, and they were just trying different stuff to improve racing. And
right, but let's take a look at 76, running Brazil in January, where over there it's the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Around the equator. Yeah, no, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, no, they were pouring ice on the tires to keep them cool.
Yeah.
So that the tires didn't degrade before they even started the race.
I mean, 76 was 8 years before my time, so I can't remember that far back, but I know.
I wasn't born until December of that year, so don't blame me.
Yeah. But anyway, going ahead to qualifying, Damon Martinez absolutely putting one down right now with a 157.746, Tony. That is absolutely all in the mail.
Well, he's picking up where Scotty Brinson left off in that 711 car. You know, that paint scheme has been good luck so far. That every race it's run so far, it's won.
Yeah, that's one so far.
Semantics. Really,
yeah.
I mean, it's semantics. You know, it's batting 1,000 so far, and you know, Damon running that car this week. Scotty Brinson not with us tonight, so we're not going to have twins in the field. Stuart Lumpkin sitting second quick, 2 seconds back.
Yeah, and we do have a nice field here tonight. 13 drivers set to take the green here, and it's going to be an exciting one. And you know, I'm excited for this race. It's gonna be a good one, and yeah, we're gonna. I've no words. It's just gonna be that good tonight.
Well, the thing is, it's not your prototypical open wheel race here at Road America, and it's one thing that the drivers were commenting on during the practice sessions during the week, and during the hot lap session even here tonight, is that you do have to be up on the wheel, and you really got to respect both the car and the track, or both of them will bite you right in the butt.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you've got to be careful, and we've said this many times over the season. I mean, this car is a very niche car, and it's going to take a lot of driving to get the hang of it. I mean, it's not got any electrical aids, it's got nothing like that. You have to drive the car, and a lot of people are finding that out as the season progresses. And I'd like to point out we are officially halfway through the season now, which is amazing considering how far we've got so far this season. So thanks for everybody that's turned up, and thanks for everybody that's been watching. So I hope you're enjoying the season, and I hope the second half of the season is just as good as the first.
Well, now I would like to bring up a point, Sam, that we are at the halfway point, and starting the first race to start the second half of the season is going to be a very special race, which we'd like to have as many drivers out there that want to join us next week, and I'll let you explain that to the folks.
Yeah, next week we are going to our first free track on the schedule, and that is at Michigan, the 2014 version. A completely free track. If you own the Lotus 79, you owe it to yourself to come out to that track. We ran this track during the pre-season, and this race is our crown jewel of the season, because we know how competitive the car is around there, and we know how much good racing that track can provide. So anybody who would be interested in joining us for that race is more than welcome. And yeah, it's just going to be an absolute blast. 100 laps around Michigan. You're not going to want to miss it. It's just going to be one of those fantastic races. As speaking of fantastic, look at the time Sage Karam's just put up.
Holy Christmas. Almost 1.3 seconds to the good over his teammate Damon Martinez.
Jesus Christ, Sage, leave some on the table for the others, will you?
I know, right? I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, and I know it's time to stuff yourself with turkey and stuff. But apparently, Sage does not have a tryptophan coma going on right now.
And judging by the form that Sage is on, I know his hand is healed now, and he's back up to the top shape. We could see another Long Beach here tonight, Tony, if all things go Sage's way.
Well, there's going to be a few things that are going to have to fall his way, and one of them is going to have to be lap traffic. That this track is unfortunately, it's a one-groove racetrack, where Long Beach had some passing zones. This track, there's 3. And if you catch somebody in the wrong spot, you're going to be mired behind them for more than half a lap.
Absolutely, it's. I like this track. I like watching people drive around this track. I just don't like driving around it because it can be so frustrating sometimes to be stuck behind someone and not be able to pass them.
Well, here's my point about this whole thing, Sam. As we've got the rundown of the 8 drivers that have posted a clean time. I would be sitting currently 9th. I built the setup. And I can't even go as fast as Mark McFadden has. And I was looking at the practice times. Everybody that posted a time in practice was sub 2 minute. And I'm lucky if I can go 2.5.
Yeah. And one surprising thing I've seen out here so far is Joe Morganti's not actually set a time yet.
That's because he hasn't had a clean lap.
Yeah, he was sitting in 4th in hot laps. And he's one of my favourites for a top 5 here tonight. He knows this track, he knows how to get it done around here. And Joe struggling to put a qualifying lap down right now. Hopefully he can get one in before the session is over. There's still just under 9 minutes left, so hopefully he can get one down before this session is over.
Well, that's a throwaway lap. He just dipped 2 in the grass.
Yeah.
And they will go 2 more into the grass, so unfortunately it doesn't look like this lap's going to count for Morganti. And yeah, there's 2 right into the sand, so he's really trying to get after it. You may want to go jump down and just tell him to just take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
I was very relaxed. I spoke to him earlier and he was enjoying himself. I think the lap that Sage put down at the end of hot laps really threw him off a bit, though. So,
well, yeah, because he was top 3 for the vast majority of the practice session, right until like the last 2 minutes.
I said to him, just relax, just focus on getting that top 5, and you'll be fine. And he agreed. So Joe knows what the objective here is here tonight. He knows the win might be a distinct impossibility. You never know. It's a 35 lap race, so.
Which I do need to thank you from changing this from an 80-lap race originally.
Oh, no, that was mid-Ohio that I had 80 laps.
Oh, I thought it was here. I was like, no, really, dude?
No. This one was going to be 60 laps.
Well, thank you for shortening it from that, because, I mean, you're talking almost 2 minutes a lap, and actually over 2 minutes a lap for a good majority of the drivers right now. But, yeah.
I believe YouTube has crashed again.
YouTube has crashed?
Looks that way. The website, not you.
Oh. I was gonna say, because I'm looking right now and I've got 0 frame drop so far.
Oh, we got another one entered. We got Doug Thompson making a late entry into the session. Not sure how he's going to be around here, but hopefully he'll be just as good. So Major League Esports making their presence known here tonight with Marcus Hagman, James Bunce, and now Doug Thompson showing up for tonight's show. So that's 14 drivers we've got for tonight's race.
Yeah, and the sensational Swede currently sitting 4th quick. That's Hagman in the 099. And Thompson's a threat in anything that doesn't require electronics. What I mean by that, folks, is he's a stock car specialist where you have no driving aids in a super late model. You have no driving aids in a K&N car. You have no driving aids in any of the 3 major NASCAR-style vehicles. Doug Thompson is a threat in any vehicle that doesn't require pit road speed limiters, traction control, or ABS. So I expect Doug to he'll probably take a lap or two to get a feel for the car, lay one down, and then watch for him to just march his way through the field as the race progresses. And Paul Crumry out on track again.
And Morganti goes straight up to third place. Great time for the man in the 53.
Wow. Nice lap, Joe, as he kills a cone going into one. Still nice lap, Joe.
I'll be right back. I need to reboot.
Okay. So, hell of a lap for Joe Morganti in the low-budget TV PH Aware number 53. Awesome lap. Just couldn't be happier for him right now. As Doug Thompson in the throwback Senna paint scheme, rocking the number 13 on that beast. You know, he's on his out lap right now. One of the other drivers we do want to touch base with, currently sitting 8th quick. There he is, one of the two Aussies that have been running with us this season, Mr. Kevin O'Brien. Now, Kevin's currently sitting 6th in points, only 77 points out. Now, I would like to point out, too, that Hollingsworth's not here tonight. Brad Allison's not here tonight. Johnny Antonucci is here tonight. So, Siefker's not here tonight. Mark Walker's here tonight. So, Mark Walker currently sitting 5th on the leaderboard in qualifying in the Flintstone Flyer 00. Johnny Antonucci in the Craco 59 should be posting a lap time here. Not sure if he's got a clean lap in or not. Yup, and he goes up to 9th quick. So, Connor Ojeda has not posted a time in qualifying. Has an opportunity to take over the points lead tonight. Johnny Antonucci is within striking distance of taking over the points lead tonight with a decent finish. And like I said, so you got Connor Ojeda, who's currently, let's take a quick look at our point standings. So Connor Ojeda, the only driver to have not missed a start this season, currently sitting 2nd in points. Jeff Hollingsworth's not here tonight. Brad Allison is not here tonight. Nate Siefker is not here tonight. Garrett Maines is not here tonight. And Scotty Brinson is not here tonight. So there could be major points implications before the night's out. As we are going to check in with Doug Thompson. Still feeling the car out. Still probably learning the actual layout that we're running. Oh, around she goes. And almost clobbers Bunsey as he goes flashing by. So Thompson's still learning the braking zones in this car, which differ vastly from some of the full fendered stuff that Doug has been running on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I'm back, by the way. So,
but like I was telling everybody, we're running down the points. Jeff Hollingsworth currently leading the points. Connor Ojeda is 14 points back. Jeff Hollingsworth is not here tonight. Connor Ojeda is. Brad Allison, who's sitting 3rd in points, 24 points out of 1st, is not here tonight. Johnny Antonucci, who's only 4 points out away from Brad, is here tonight. So there's a possibility that Connor Ojeda and Johnny Antonucci could jump up to 1 and 2 in the points before the night's out.
Yeah, they're not too far behind either. And Mark Walker could get himself closer as well. I mean, he's right there. The gap, it's got to tighten up a lot between the top 10. I mean, Sage Karam, yeah, he's 100 back, but he's going to gain 40 points back if he wins tonight. So that's going to be one for him. Kevin O'Brien, Mark Walker, Johnny Antonucci, Connor Ojeda. And yeah, Ojeda, if he gets a good result here tonight, he's going to move to the top of the standings. And if Johnny Antonucci gets an even better result than Ojeda...
That's what I'm saying.
Antonucci's going to take over the points lead, which we've never, ever seen happen before. So I'm going to be very proud of that man. If he does it.
Absolutely. I mean, Johnny Antonucci, one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet in the iRacing simulator. And you know, we've all raced with guys that, you know, they'll be in team speak and something will go wrong and, you know, they'll pipe up. Johnny Antonucci's one of those guys that wouldn't say shit if he had a mouthful of it.
I have heard him get angry a couple of times, but it's very rare. Very, very rare.
And it's taken a lot to get Johnny Antonucci worked up to the point where he'll actually say something to someone that is, you know, to get him worked up to that point, something horrible has gone on. So it would be great to... Connor Ojeda's a nice kid, too. So to see either one of those two move to the top of the board after tonight's event would be just ecstatic. It would be over the moon to see either one of those two guys move to the top of the board, and there's a very good possibility that we could see it tonight.
Very much so. As we've not seen Connor Ojeda out on track yet tonight. Well, for this qualifying session. He's done this before. He opts to sit out the qualifying and just
start at the back and pick people off with attrition.
Yeah, another person that's doing that tonight is Paul Cromrye, not turned a lap in qualifying yet, so he's going to be starting at the back and picking off the spots. As Doug Thompson, he's going to abandon his qualifying run. He came in late, so that's understandable for him. So 3 drivers not taking time here tonight, only 11 taking the times here, as qualifying is just about to come to an end here, Tony.
It is, and you got to respect the lap that both members of SKM put in tonight. Sage Karam going sub 57. Damon Martinez, the only driver in qualifying to go sub 58 other than his teammate. So both those drivers just posting amazing times tonight.
Yeah.
But how about Joe Morganti?
Yeah, posting his first... I mean, that's the first time he's gone sub 59 tonight, so he's got to be proud of that lap with a 158.643. What a time for the man in the 53. He's going to be a threat tonight. If anything happens to Sage Karam and Damon Martinez, watch for Joe Morganti to be leading the way at the front, because I've got high hopes for that man in the low-budget TV number 53.
And don't count out Stuart Lumpkin either, because he's right there with his striking distance too, only 2/10 off of Joe's time.
And definitely don't count out Mark Walker, because
we've seen him steal one before.
Yeah. He stole one at Chicagoland. He'll definitely steal one here tonight. He's not afraid of doing that. Yeah, and that's one thing that Joe does not want to see here tonight, is someone steal a win from him at a track he likes. I mean, Mark Walker stole the win at Chicagoland, and that's Joe's home track. So
absolutely. Let's take a quick look at our starting lineup here. As Sage Karam going quick time, he's joined with his teammate Damon Martinez. Joe Morganti and Stuart Lumpkin are going to make up row number 2. Mark Walker and Marcus Hagman in row 3. Row 4 is going to go to Ernie Ludwig and Kevin O'Brien. Row 5 is going to see Johnny Antonucci and Mark McFadden. James Bunce and Connor Ojeda make up row 6. Row 7 is going to see Doug Thompson starting shotgun on the field with Paul Cromrye. You can ignore Sam's name there, folks. He's only there for race control purposes tonight.
Not that I'm going to have much to do, but yeah.
14 drivers scheduled to go off in this one. And if you'll notice, there's no pace car on track, folks. That's right. We're gonna have a standing start.
And that's the norm on the road courses in this series. Standing starts are mandatory on the road courses, and you're going to see this when we go to Watkins Glen in a few weeks. So
that should be fun.
Yeah.
Get your popcorn out, though.
The only road course we're not doing a standing start is at Sonoma.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. And I'm wondering whether we should do a standing start at Laguna Seca as well. So
hard no.
We're gonna do a rolling start for Laguna Seca.
No. Yeah. Rolling start for Laguna Seca. Both California road courses should probably be rolling starts, so everybody doesn't die going into one. Because the Andretti hairpin is not something you want to flirt with.
Yep. So as the last guy is screwed up, we're about ready to get going here, Tony. Say those famous words.
Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on at Road America.
And away we go! Oh, it's David Martinez first on the start! Doesn't get it going!
He stalled it!
As that has killed everybody!
You might want to throw a caution, Sam.
Yeah.
Let's watch that again. Watch the 3, just does not go. And just, boom, goes the dynamite. Stuart Lumpkin having to tow. Wow. Jeepers. That was ugly. That was, that got very ugly very quickly. As the caution is out, oh man. So a lot of drivers are going to have to burn their fast repair early, Sam.
Yeah, and that was a scary one. I mean,
thank God this is a simulator.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stuart Lumpkin caught up in that one. I think Johnny Antonucci was caught up in it as well.
Stuart Lumpkin, Doug Thompson, Damon Martinez, Johnny Antonucci, all catching a piece of that one.
Yeah.
And it looks like Connor Ojeda looks like he may have caught a piece of it too, as did James Bunce. Yeah, Ojeda's front wing is just tweaked.
Yeah, it is.
And Bunce's front wing is missing. Mark McFadden catching a piece of that one too. There's a lot of damage on the 48. So, yeah, that's a rough one.
First time we've ever had to throw a caution at the very start of a race.
Yeah, that's the first time we've had to do that on a road course. I think the last time I saw that was a league that we used to work with at Watkins Glen. They had the S's completely clogged.
Yeah. And the start-finish straight around here is very narrow, so if one car piles up, the rest are going to follow him in, and it just had to be done. There was no way they were going to get around that, so the yellow had to come out, and the safety car had to come out as well. So
yeah, but look who's sitting in second right now.
I'm not going to say it.
I'm not going to say it either. I don't want him to, give me a nut punt when we finally meet up at Super Dirt Week. So Martinez going pit side, Johnny Antonucci going pit side. I'm thinking some of these guys don't realize the damage that they've got on their cars, as they quite a few of them stayed out.
Oh, Ojeda's parked it. He's had to stop on track.
What?
He's had to stop on track. He's stopped on track for some reason.
Did he hand grenade it?
No, he said he had to change something.
He might have had his force feedback turned up too high. Because with as damaged as that car is, he might have problems getting it around the track right now.
Yeah, I just made the call to him and told him that he might have to take a pit side, but he says his car's driving fine, so I won't force the issue.
It's only aero.
Yeah.
On the track that has the longest straightaway in North America.
Yeah.
Same goes for Doug Thompson. He's got a lot of aero on that car too. Wow.
Not as much as Conor Ojeda.
Not as much as James Bunce either. I mean, you look at the car Buncey's driving, and that left front wing, it doesn't even look like it's on the car, but yeah, no, it's just that bent, folks. So we should be one to go this time by.
I'm just looking at that now, and the lights are still on the pace car, so...
No, this coming time by, the lights should go out.
Yeah. And I know the drivers don't like having to pace like this, but... this is what happens in real life if they have to pace, so... Sage knows this better than anybody.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure once everybody sees what happened... Has Damon Martinez put it behind the wall?
No.
Okay, no, yeah, he's out on track now. He's just trying to catch up. He's that far back, holy cow. He's not even at the kink yet.
Yeah, Lumpkin and Antonucci are behind him as well, so... oh, no. He's behind them, so...
yeah, no, they're actually at the tail end of the field.
He should catch them before they go out to green, though, so...
oh, yeah, no, plenty of time. Plenty of time.
We got one person diving for pit road. I believe that was Bunce. Yeah, we got Bunce, O'Brien, and...
Thompson,
and somebody else as well. I think there's Ojeda. Yeah, they're all coming in to get some damage fixed. O'Brien...
as the lights do go out on the pace car.
Yeah, I think O'Brien is bringing the pit side for tactical reasons.
Probably.
Because he didn't get any damage from that, so...
and I would like to remind everybody, this is one of only 2 cars in the iRacing simulator with a front wing that iRacing will not replace automatically under damage unless you burn a fast repair.
Absolutely.
The other one is the Pro Mazda.
And it is a single file restart, by the way.
Good.
I know it's an IndyCar series, but I've got to do it Formula 1 style on road courses, because...
well, it is a Formula 1 car.
That's true.
I mean, the only reason we're calling this the BOFA Indy Classic Series is because it's the closest thing we have to an early kart PPG Cup style IndyCar.
True.
And let's just face it, this car is flippin' awesome. So if you have a chance to join us next week, ladies and gentlemen, and you own the Lotus 79, don't forget, next week is a free track. So if you want to try to get involved, there will be quite a few test sessions going up this week, practice sessions and whatnot. So be sure to join those, get a feel for the setup that we're going to be using. It is the free version of Michigan, the house that Penske built. So all you need to do is just own this car, and you can race with us next week.
Yeah, we have a reliable setup. We've got everything there ready to go. We just need the drivers now. So.
Absolutely, and during the pre-race or the preseason testing that we did at that track, I believe we did one complete fuel run 2 wide the entire time.
Yep.
2 wide, 12 deep.
2 wide around a 2.5 mile track.
So,
the whole way around.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun.
Actually, no, Michigan's 2 miles, not 2.5 miles.
Michigan is a 2-miler.
Yeah.
But it is just so much fun in this car. You know, you're 205 miles an hour wheel to wheel with somebody, and it's so much fun to just be in the draft. And you can make moves if you can time the runs just right. You can make moves on that outside line as their field's going through the kink right now. Sam, why don't you get us going again?
Yeah, as they just come out of the kink, they're going towards that right-hander now, sorry. As, yeah, the lights are off on the pace car, so we are going to be going back to green this time by... Here they come to that right-hander now. Sage Karam is your leader. Damon Martinez, just as a reminder, stalled on the start and took a few drivers with him. That's why we have the safety car out right now.
Definitely a thank God this is a simulator moment.
Yeah, as Lumpkin and Antonucci and a few other drivers just barreled into the back of him as we come towards the final turn now.
Pace car speeding up. Here we go.
Yeah. Sage Karam back in the field up here as it goes through the final turn. Is he going to get on the binders as soon as they come out of the final turn? Pace car's already into pit road, so he can go when he feels like it. And
wow,
he's keeping him back down.
Wait until he crests the hill before he pulled it.
Yeah, green flag is out again, and we're back on the racing here. And now it begins. And Joe Morganti getting off to a fantastic start in second place. Mark Walker not able to cope with him in his first few corners.
No, definitely not. As the field's starting to get strung out a little bit of battling going on a little bit deeper in the field as Mark McFadden and Ernie Ludwig throwing bombs at each other. And Paul Crumry in that mix too.
I remember Paul Crumry started at the back of the field, so he's already made his way up 7 spots. As McFadden getting out of the way there. And I will say that's a beautiful paint scheme on McFadden's car.
Stuart Lumpkin all over the rear wing of Paul Crumry right now. And here comes Martinez as well. Crumry making it work on the outside line as they go down the hill. And under the Johnsonville Bridge.
Crumry gives it to him. Is Martinez going to follow him through? No, he's not. Crumry's going to shut the door on Martinez as they come out of the right-hander and down towards the kink.
Hammer down on the kink, and these guys are getting it. That's a beautiful shot. That is such a beautiful shot. It's Crumry in the slipstream as they go into the right-hander. Lumpkin tries to throw the block. Crumry has to climb on the binders. And they make contact.
That was close.
That could have ended very poorly as Martinez and Crumry banged side pods just a little bit as Morganti's around.
Oh no! Disaster for Joe Morganti. He's
just caught too much of the rumble strips coming through the S's. Oh, jeez, Joe. Backs it into the concrete barrier under the Kohler sign. Gonna need to burn his fast repair as the front pod is missing off of that car right now. We're back live as Morganti. You see him missing a lot of front end of that car, limping it to the pits, crabbing quite heavily. Going to be able to burn his fast repair. Going to try to get back in this one. All he's got to do is just keep his head about him, and this might be a race of attrition.
Yeah, he just tried calling his race there, but I told him, look, it's a long race. You've got a fast repair. Just take it, get back out there, and just do what you can.
The battle continues right now between Martinez, Lumpkin, and Crumry as they go under the Corvette bridge.
As Martinez finally did get Crumry.
He caught him on the downhill. They're going into 4. As Martinez now sets his sights on reeling in Stuart Lumpkin. Sage Karam 8 seconds to the good over Mark Walker right now.
Yeah.
Let me say that again, folks. 8 seconds to the good on a road course.
as Joe Morganti has put his car on the hauler.
Ah, crap.
And we were bigging him up at the start there, just saying that he's got a chance of getting a top 5 here, but one simple mistake and it just all came undone for him.
It did, and it was where he crashed was the most inadvantageous place that he could have had it happen.
And I think at that point he was actually keeping Sage quite honest there.
He was. He had a hell of a run going, and it's a damn shame to see Joe's night end like that. As I can't speak highly enough for how well Joe was running when that happened, and he just caught a little too much of the rumble strips coming through the S's.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paul Crumright is actually being caught by Kevin O'Brien now, so two teammates about to go at it right here.
Well, I know that you work with them in other leagues, and I know that the team orders on Rated R Racing are don't kill each other, but if you do, make sure it's a Sports Center highlight. So let's see what happens. As Ernie Ludwig gets it all kinds of sideways coming downhill.
No, it's more like if we do, then make sure it goes on YouTube and gets looked by millions.
As I said, Sports Center highlight.
Ernie Ludwig taken to the grass there to avoid Crumright and O'Brien, so Ernie Ludwig dropping to 8th place there.
And if you're in the greater Saskatchewan area and you'd like your lawn mowed next spring, you can contact Ernie Ludwig at Ludwig's Landscaping, Saskatchewan,
Canada.
Yeah, Canada. P.O. Box OU812.
Yeah, so this race has already suffered its first casualty here tonight. As Conor O'Hare is still in this thing despite having that front wing damage. He did not take the fast repair when he took his pit stop.
Ton of connection issues for Conor too.
Yeah, so not a good race so far for O'Hare, but he's still staying in there. And this is what I like about Conor. He may not be the fastest around here, but he'll stay in it until the end, and that's how you pick up the points.
Absolutely. You know who's got a decent run going too? Currently sitting in 9th place, Johnny Antonucci. Came into the night 4th place in points, so looking to pick up some big points right now. As if I'm not mistaken, no, he's going to need. He's going to pick off Brad Allison, but he's going to need a lot of help in front of him to get by Ojeda.
He's under huge pressure from Mark McFadden right now. Huge pressure.
As McFadden looking to the inside as they go into 2.
Here he comes.
Under the Sargento Bridge, just hammered down. I'm not recognizing the paint scheme on McFadden's car.
I like it though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mark McFadden goes wide.
That's what driving out of your mirror looks like by Mark McFadden.
Yeah, holds on to the position though. Good awareness there by Antonucci.
Good awareness by both of them, because had McFadden actually taken the corner the way he was probably planning to, both those cars would be on the hook right now.
Yeah. And an update on Damon Martinez. He's already up to P4 right now.
No, he's not.
Up to P2 right now.
He's up to P2 already.
And we've got a nice full-car battle for 2nd place here. Maybe he's going to turn into 3rd place because
holy
Martinez
shit.
is just going to streak away.
As Marcus Hagman working on Mark Walker. That's your battle for 3rd. And Stuart Lumpkin right there with him.
Yeah. I said from the outset that this is going to be a good race, and we've already seen that tonight. I had a lot of drama with the early safety car period, though.
Right, but again, thank goodness this is a simulator. Nobody got hurt other than maybe a couple of bruised egos. But this battle for 3rd really starting to heat up. As Hagman and Lumpkin going to try to work on Mark Walker as they come through the right-hander under the Sargento Bridge. When they go into the downhill, that's going to be one of the big passing zones we're probably going to need to watch out for tonight.
Yeah. As they're coming down towards turn 5 now. I'm taking a small look, but he's not close enough.
He wasn't close enough, and in his defense, Mark Walker was spot on his braking zone.
Yeah. And you got to watch out for Mark Walker though, because if he finishes where he is now, I don't want to jinx him at this point because we're still early in the race. But if he gets a good point haul tonight, he's going to be right up there in the championship fight as well. So
absolutely. And where they're going through right now, the carousel, this is going to be another big passing zone where if you get the carousel right, you're going to carry a lot of speed into the kink. If you get it wrong, you're a sitting duck by the time you get to the kink.
Yeah, and Walker getting the kink absolutely right, but Marcus Hagman under huge pressure from Lumpkin now. Lumpkin going to have the inside line going into the right hander, and he's going to get him. Good move there by Lumpkin, moves himself into 4th place.
I'm thinking Hagman let him go because just the amount of braking that took place there, Hagman knew it was coming and just way too early. We're only working lap 9, getting ready to start lap 10 of 35. Still a lot of racing left to go. Nowhere near the money stop yet. We're probably looking at a 2-stop race before all is said and done.
Yeah, I think Nate said to me they can go probably 12, 13 laps on the tank, so...
Right.
But because they had that pace car period at the start of the race, that might have helped a few people, but...
We're still going to look for a splash and dash towards the end of this thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. As now Lumpkin working on the back of Mark Walker. Lumpkin's not sticking around either. He's eager to make his way back to the front as he takes a small look on Walker, but not close enough as he come down to turn 5 again.
Coming into turn 5, Walker protecting that racing line. Going to get a good pull coming up the straightaway under the Corvette bridge. Real tight left-hander here. Real easy to get it all wrong because you're coming uphill. You're cresting that hill into the braking zone. And if you don't get the car settled before you climb on the binders, or if you don't get the car woed before you crest that hill, it's going to end very poorly. As Lumpkin all over the rear wing of Walker right now as they come into the carousel.
Yeah, Sage Karen sets the fastest lap of the race of 1:56.1. Oh my god. Holy Christmas.
Really, Sage? Really? Why do I have a feeling that before that all is said and done here, we're going to see a 155 come out of that kid?
Maybe. As Stuart Lumpkin finally gets around Mark Walker. Mark Walker in trouble here, actually. He's fallen into the grasp of Marcus Hagman.
Walker may have burned all the goodie off his tires battling with these guys already.
That might be a possibility, as Lumpkin is just streaking away from these two now.
Oh, absolutely. But how about this? There's a 5-second gap from Stuart Lumpkin to Damon Martinez. It's 18.5 seconds between the teammates. Sage Karam, 18.5 seconds to the good over his teammate, Damon Martinez, who is now back in second.
Well, let's just go back over Sage Karam's last 5 laps, right? 156.6, 156.2, 156.1, 156.2, 156.2. He's cranking off consistent 156.2s.
Anybody want to see what it looks like when you're a professional IndyCar driver driving a Lotus 79?
Let's go for a lap with Sage, shall we?
Perfect, just going into the kink there.
Oh, I hate put his car in the hauler. I hate his night is done.
That's not something we were hoping to see. That's going to probably keep him around second in points, but that's going to let Johnny Antonucci gain a lot of points on him should Antonucci gain a couple of spots due to attrition.
Yeah.
As we are still on board with Sage Karam, and just look how smooth this kid is. Now remember, folks, we're talking 1970s technology, and he's still this smooth in the car.
Absolutely.
No electronic aids. And you can hear it there. He's actually heel-towing the car. He's not using paddle shifters. He's legit heel-towing this car. You can hear it.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's using that good old H pattern.
Well, that's what this car had.
Yeah. Well, yeah, considering they didn't have semi-automatics until Nigel Mansell drove the Williams in 91 and 92, so yeah, definitely H pattern.
McLaren flirted with it in 90.
Yeah.
But they didn't get the bug sorted out of it until 93.
Yeah, Williams perfected it in 91 and 92, that's why they were so dominant. Well, especially 92, they didn't win the championship in 91, obviously.
Right. But just simply amazing. Just, and the gap is now 21.5 seconds.
Kid's not holding back, is he?
No, not at all. And the fact that he's driving that cleanly at that pace. And there it is, 1:55.9.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen.
Mean ya.
Meanwhile, Marcus Hagman has got by Mark Walker, so he's up to 4th place now. Further back, there's a nice battle going on between the teammates. Paul Crumroy and Kevin O'Brien, nose to tail right now as they come across the line. This is a battle for 6th place, and Ernie Lundberg's not that far behind either.
Well, he's trying to reel him back in, as Ernie was having some problems with some off-track earlier. As we are now working lap 12, so 24 laps to go. Expect to see these kids bring them pit side within the next couple of laps or so here.
Yep. Oh, problems for Crumroy, and that's going to let Kevin O'Brien get almost alongside him.
There's no almost about it.
So Brian's going to have the preferred line as they come towards turn 5. Gets into the grass. Has to back out of it. No, he doesn't. He dives it in. Wow!
Dives it in on the downhill, and I'm thinking Crumroy may have just come over TeamSpeak to him and said, yeah, go ahead, bud.
Yeah. Good, still a good move by O'Brien, though.
Oh, absolutely. It was... You got to respect when you're on your points like that, and O'Brien was definitely on it at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rest of the field, though, more strung out than a frat boy on a bender.
Yeah, Mark McFadden and Johnny Antonucci just a couple of seconds apart from each other. As
Antonucci's reeling him in.
Yeah, just reeling him back in, trying to get the positions. He knows that one of the championship contenders, Conor Ojeda, is out of this thing now, so he knows that the more positions he picks up tonight, the more points he's going to get, and the more points he's going to get towards taking over the top spot in the championship. So he's just driving his own race right now. As Antonucci got
hang on to her, kid. Getting it all wrong coming through the kink.
Yeah.
That could have ended very poorly, and Antonucci's already burned his fast repairs. He was caught up in that starting line melee.
Yeah, he was on his lid.
He was one of 2 cars on his lid.
Yeah. Amazingly, because the pacing laps are so long around here, he was able to keep it on the lead lap, so that's why he's on the lead lap now. But judging by how fast Sage Karam's going,
That won't last for long.
No, it won't.
As looks like Doug Thompson's still struggling with that wing damage. So hopefully he's going to burn his fast repair when he goes in for the fuel stop in probably the next couple of laps here.
Well, we knew this was going to be a difficult task for Thompson as he was very late coming into the session. So, and it's proving that now is not having the best of times out there. His lap times in the 2 minutes 3, 2 minute 5 areas. So he's definitely down on times, but that might also be because of the wing damage holding him back. So
it is, but he did put up a 158 there on the previous lap.
Yeah, so he's trying, but
just doesn't have enough seat time in this car to be able to have it consistent.
Same for James Bunce as well. He's mired in the low 2 minute times as he's currently cranking off in P11 right now, just sitting outside the top 10. Looking for a third successive top 10 in this series. He got 2 top 10s in his previous visits to the series. Would love a third one, but it's not working out for him so far as he's way back from Johnny Antonucci.
Where's Martinez?
He's there in second place.
Okay, he disappeared on my timing and scoring screen, and it looks like connection issues might be starting to rear their ugly head.
Just running his own race right now, just sitting very comfortably in second place. And after that start line incident, you wouldn't have thought he'd be back up here so quickly, but he is. Really stalled on the start, and I told him before the race began, don't mess up the start this time, because if you remember back to Road Atlanta, he jumped the start, and this time he completely...
I don't even think he had it in gear when the green flag came out. He went to go throw it into gear and it wouldn't go.
Oh, just as the race was about to start, he came across on the text chat and said clutch in, and clearly the clutch didn't want to go because he just didn't go. So,
well, no, even with the clutch in, if you've got the revs cranking, this car doesn't have a clutch brake in it. So, if you're not at idle, it will not go into gear.
Stage car, meanwhile, still floating with the low 56s and the high 50s.
And he's going pit side.
Yeah. First man to blink here.
14 laps in. So, there's a good possibility. Nah, I guess it's not. We were 22 to go. Martinez can probably get another 2 laps out of it. I'm not...
Martinez staying out.
Martinez is staying out as he's flashing by now, so he's going to inherit the lead. But I was thinking in my head that there's a good possibility he might be able to do it on one stop, but no, that's not going to happen.
Lumpkin is in. Hagman stays out. Mark Walker's got to bring it in, and he does. O'Brien going to stay out. Crumrye's coming in. As is Ludwig. McFadden, he hasn't made it that far yet. He's actually pulling away from Antonucci now, so good for him. And we did have the announcement on Wednesday that Mark McFadden is going to be retiring at the end of both seasons, so going to be sad to see him go, but I'm sure he had his reasons for hanging up his helmet. So, going to be sad to see Mark McFadden go, but we all wish him well for the future once he does officially hang it up.
Absolutely, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to call races that he's been in. Real stand-up guy.
Yeah.
One of the few. I hasten to use this term, gentleman racer. Shades of Graham Hill, if you will.
You could say that, yeah. I'll agree with that.
As right now, Damon Martinez still out on track. Sage Karam reeling him in, though. Has already cut the gap as Martinez struggles going through the right-hander.
All tires.
And that let Karam cut the gap from 7 seconds down to 5.6, and Martinez is going pit side this time.
Yep, and here comes Sage Karam across the line and re-inherits the lead as there goes Martinez towards his pit box. The pace in pit road is very, very slow. So
45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't understand what you're going through, if you've ever been on a toll highway and you go through the easy pass lane and it says 5 miles an hour,
yeah,
that's what it feels like to these guys as they go down pit road. It almost feels like you could get out and walk faster.
As Hagman's in pit road as well now, so
and Kevin O'Brien.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if Marcus Hagman can make it out of pit road ahead of Stuart Lumpkin. I'm guessing no, because Lumpkin's just coming across the line now, so that's completely ended my argument. As Martinez gets out comfortably, well, no, he gets out just ahead of Lumpkin, so Lumpkin actually gained some time on Martinez through his pit stop. So
yeah, he gained a lot, and I'm thinking Martinez may. Does he have wing damage still?
Let me check. Yes, he does.
That's probably what was going on. Is Martinez had a little bit of wing damage, probably from some of the battling to get back up towards the front. 54 seconds on pit road.
Yeah, and Lumpkin is closing in on him like a hand over fist right now.
Well, that's warm tires versus ice-cold tires.
Yeah, remember the conversation we were having earlier in the broadcast, folks?
Oh, yeah. Now, mind you, the ambient air temperature, relatively warm for this time of year in Wisconsin.
Yeah, as in real life, it's actually a blizzard there right now. So.
Yeah.
So this is an actual representation of Road America, because Road America is under a blanket of snow right now. So
we'd be racing snowmobiles if it was a real life representation of Road America.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how about that lead for Sage Karam right now? 46.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's just controlling things at the start. I'm surprised that it's only Doug Thompson 1 lap down right now. Though James Bunt is not far, he'll be the next one to be lapped, but I'm surprised there's only one person 1 lap down so far. So good going by everybody out there so far.
Give it time. We're still early in the race. 19 laps to go.
Yeah, true. As everybody's really strung out this time. As Stuart Lumpkin and Damon Martinez still battling it out for second place here. Lumpkin senses blood in the water, and he knows he's got that. Martinez has got that wing damage. Might fancy his chances of moving up to second here.
I don't think so. I'm thinking that now that Martinez has some heat in the tires, he's just going to wave bye-bye, and yeah, he's starting to stretch his legs now as Lumpkin's hanging with him as they come into turn number 5 in that treacherous downhill. Lumpkin gets a better run into the corner, risks it more going into the braking zone.
Yeah. He senses something, and he thinks he might be able to close in, but there, yeah, you see it there. Martinez has a better run as they go towards turn 8.
And this is where Martinez is really picking up time, is coming through the carousel kink section. Yeah, he's got the lead. He's starting to stretch his legs now. Lumpkin is out of the draft, and it's academic at this point.
Yeah, and we've seen, we know that you can flat foot it in this car around the kinks, so yeah.
You can, but we were listening to Sage Karam just give it a little bit of a burp to make sure that front end takes a good set.
And if you get it all wrong, like Gianni Antonucci almost did a few laps ago, it could end a disaster, as Antonucci's still trying to reel in McFadden right here, even after the pit stop, so...
Yeah, but he's 3.5 seconds back. As we're following James Bunce right now, there's Sage Karam stalking him.
Yep.
Cue the Jaws music, folks. Dun, 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 dun. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Question is, can anybody do anything about Sage Karam? My suggestion is probably not.
On a road course? No. Doubtful. The kid is just on. Barring a mechanical failure, that's about the only thing that's going to beat Sage Karam.
Yeah. As it's been confirmed now, Damon Martinez is now just about 2 seconds to the good over Stuart Lumpkin now, so Lumpkin not able to hang with Martinez in the long run, but maybe if they make a second pit stop, he might actually get the jump on him this time, but...
And Buncey moving to the inside, giving Karam the racing line. Gentleman racer there.
That didn't take long.
Grumpy doing the right thing. Closest battle on track right now is between the teammates. Kevin O'Brien in 6th, Paul Crumry in 7th.
Question is, can Crumry get up to the back of O'Brien and get back past him?
Well, he's got a good run going into the kink.
Yeah, and Crumry's on older tyres, so that probably won't work in his favour.
On older tires by 1 lap.
Yeah, sometimes... Oh, man, I take that back. Look at Crumry now.
Yeah.
Crumry has got the bit between his teeth. Really wants to get a good finish here tonight. Not had the best of seasons in his debut. Well, it's everybody's debut season, but...
No, I follow what you're saying. However, I did get a good look last week at... no, when we were at Iowa. That there's a section on the Lotus 79 template that I wasn't 100% sure where it was until I saw Crumry go for a ride in Hot Laps and went, oh, that's where those stars and stripes go. As you'll notice, the line that goes up the front of the car, kind of a patriotic looking thing, there's one that runs right down the channel of the car as Crumry gets by O'Brien coming out of 5.
So Crumry moving his way up to the top 5. No, top 6, sorry.
Top 6. They're still about 8 seconds off of Mark Walker right now.
And Walker's starting to reel in Marcus Hagman, so we could be seeing a battle for 4th place here brewing up very soon.
It's going to be a while, because he's still 5 seconds off of him. And Sage Karam is now 52 seconds to the good over his teammate Damon Martinez. Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. 52 seconds to the good as, oh man, O'Brien was looking to the inside of Crumry there, thought better of it, was not quite close enough. It was going to be the dive bomb from hell if he tried it.
Tell you what, that voice crack you had then when you said 52 seconds made it sound all the more dramatic. 52 seconds. Like exasperated sound, like, you know. Oh, as Crumry gets into the grass there.
He's been flirting with the grass on the uphill section. It's almost like he's... when you crest that hill, you've got to burp the throttle or the back end's going to twitch, and it looks like he's not lifting at all coming up that uphill.
No. Kevin O'Brien staying back, though, not getting too close to the back of the number 8.
And Antonucci has caught McFadden.
Yeah, McFadden's made a mistake somewhere. Let me go back and find out if we've made a mistake because... Oh, we made a huge mistake going towards the final turn.
Well, let's back this up and take a look at it.
I think... No, he didn't.
No, it would have been more than that.
Yeah. No, Antonucci just basically caught him on merit, I think.
Yeah, he did. As we're backing this up in a good minute. Yeah, Antonucci's just reeling him in hand over fist. As we're back live with these two guys.
Yeah, they're flying down towards turn 5 now.
Yeah, but look behind them. Yeah. You guys are going to need a bigger boat. And McFadden goes wide.
Yeah, that's like Antonucci up to 9th place now. That's going to work in his favour for the championship here.
Major. Oh!
No! He's had to tow it as well. Here comes Karen now to the outside of McFadden. Absolute heartbreak for Antonucci. Oh my God.
Let's watch this one again. Here he is going through turn 5. McFadden goes wide. Antonucci gets the run coming off the rumble strips. And just, unfortunately, does not get the car settled as he crests the hill, goes to pull the trigger, and bang, into the concrete. Oh, heartbreak. Damn.
Absolute heartbreak for Antonucci. Did not want to see that.
Had such a good run going, too.
Is it me, or is Marcus Hagman starting to reel in Lumpkin now? He's taking some time out of him.
It was 8 seconds. It's now down to 5.8.
So Hagman on the move now.
He is. With 14 to go, he just needs to guess right on the amount of fuel he needs for that pit stop, and he's going to be golden. So we have yet to see the money stop, folks.
Yeah, and Johnny Antonucci's wreck that's promoted James Bunce up to the top 10. And I said it earlier, Bunce would love it if he got a 3rd top 10 in a row, and he's definitely looking good for it now. And I won't say any more than that because I said something nice about Antonucci, said something nice about Morganti, and they probably owe me a kick in the nuts right now.
Well, you do realize that Buncey's probably going to meet us in Oswego in October.
That's why I'm saying no more than that.
So, first order of business when we get to the greater upstate New York areas, we are going to stop by the nearest mall, go to Dick's Clothing and Sporting Goods, and get Sam a brand new athletic supporter.
Basically, I'm going to need to wear a cup.
It ain't a coffee cup, it ain't a Dixie cup, and sure as hell don't want to be drinking out of it.
Nope. They're usually made out of fiberglass.
True story.
Or some sort of plastic resin, I don't know. So the gap between Marcus Hagman and Stuart Lumpkin is almost exactly 5 seconds now.
And Lumpkin, the reason for it, and I just saw it, Lumpkin just had to deal with the lab car of Doug Thompson.
And Thompson's still got that wing damage.
He does, which is kind of surprising. I'm thinking iRacing is effing him like it did you on Wednesday.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Oh. Tonight's heartburn brought to you by Old Mother's Cupboard frittatas. Oh.
Sounds like a bad one.
No, it was delicious.
That's what makes it all the more confusing.
If you don't know what a frittata is, basically they take home fried potatoes and then they add a scrambled egg to it, peppers and onions, a little bit of broccoli, and a little bit of cheese, and a little bit of sausage, and a little bit of sausage.
I just think of it as a posh hash brown.
No. Hash brown is something completely different.
Yeah, but it's potato, so.
Well, home fried potatoes, it's basically you cube potatoes like you do if you're making potato salad, and you fry them in a pan. As Thompson gets it all wrong coming through the last corner, that's going to let Hagman get to the outside. Drag race up the hill.
It shouldn't be much of a drag race. Thompson, mind you, they race alongside each other in Major League, so which will be called NASCOM next season. I did hear, so
it is. They're going back to their roots, which is good to see. Tex bringing in the reins again. Not sure the whole story behind it. I'm not sure I want to know the whole story behind it, but I do know that Tex has taken the reins back over full force, and he's going to be the chief cook and bottle washer again. I believe he's bringing Bunsey with him to be the assistant chief cook and bottle washer. So between the two of them, they are looking to grow that series, and good on you, gentlemen.
And speaking of new names, we do have a change coming in 2019. Not going to reveal any more than that, but we are seeing a new change coming. And while I'm here, I do want to announce who won the $20 for the name change competition that we had recently, and the winner is actually Tex Perry.
Yes. So congratulations, Tex, on that one.
Yeah, so Tex, you win the $20. Just get with Bunsey, and he'll get you hooked up with that $20 gift card. So there, I said there was an announcement coming, and now you've had it. So there you go.
And it's a unfortunately for you, Tex, it's a $20 gift card to Taco Bell.
Enjoy your diarrhea, sir.
And no, it does not come with a 5-point safety harness. Now, speaking of Taco Bell, we do have a challenge, Sam.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Is the one where you have to eat a whole bag of tacos?
Oh no, it's not a bag of tacos.
Oh, O'Brien! O'Brien's in trouble! Sorry, Tony.
O'Brien. Oh shit.
He lost it in the right-hander, just coming toward on the right-hander after the king. Gets it going again, but he's lost a ton of time to Crumry now, and looks like he might have to just settle for 7th place here. Big issue there for O'Brien.
Here he is coming into that right-hander and just catches way too much curbing. Big wiggle, tries to save it, and just noses it into the wall. Looks like it might not be a lot of damage. Walker's in the pits too.
Walker, that's a scheduled pit stop.
O'Brien's into the pits. Let's see, who else is coming in? No. So 11 to go.
A lot of people taking pit stops now.
A lot of people are taking pit stops. As O'Brien and Walker, the first two to blink. That promotes Crumry up into 5th.
Yeah. Question is, how long will it be before Crumry brings a pit side? We'll find out at the end of this lap. Karam, he is making his way towards
turn 5.
Turn 8.
No, he just came down a downhill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's going to the Corvette bridge now. Okay. Let's see if Karam's going to bring a pit side. As we're looking at Crumry now, he's just making his way towards the kink. So
the big question is, what type of lead is he going to have on Mark Walker? As Walker's coming into 8 right now. Right now it's 26 seconds. So Crumry's going to have to hope for a mistake from Walker to maintain that top 5.
So Crumry coming into the final corner now. Let's see if he brings a pit side, and he does. No, he doesn't. He flirts with pit road, but he changes his mind. Nobody else has brought a pit side yet. Karam is still out there.
Well, it looks like Walker's trying to stretch that lead as he's got warm tires. Walker's struggling on the cold tires as he's already dropped 2 seconds to Crumry.
Yeah.
And for those of you keeping score, Sage Karam has lapped up to 5th place. Paul Crumry is the last car on the lead lap.
Yeah, as we're waiting for Karen and Joe to bring a pit side. Doug Thompson has finally brought a pit
There
side.
it is. Karam's going pit side this time.
And Doug Thompson finally got his wing fixed. Better late than pregnant.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to hell for this one.
Karen is going down and away as O'Brien takes his lap back off him. I got a feel for Kevin O'Brien, man. Just was right up there battling for that 6th spot and made that simple mistake as there goes Sage to the outside of O'Brien towards turn 5.
Even on cold tires.
Yeah.
So as Martinez stays out, that lets him reel Sage back in from a minute 3 down to 30.25.
Yeah, but Martinez has still got a pit though, so...
I know. As Hagman goes pit side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with Marcus Hagman. He was at one point gaining time on Stuart Lumpkin, but then lost a ton of time and came into pit road about 13 seconds behind him. So, not sure what happened to Hagman there. I'm wondering if the tyres just fell off there as Crumry moves up to 4th place now with Hagman in pit road.
And that's working lap 11, 10 to go. 21 laps is a big ask out of a fuel tank here.
We're actually 10 laps to go.
So I said, he's working lap 11 with 10 to go.
Oh, yeah.
So Martinez still has to have the money stop. Lumpkin still has to have the money stop. And Crumry still has to have the money stop. Hagman and Walker let's take a quick rundown of your top 10. So Karam has already had his money stop. Martinez, Lumpkin, and Crumry still have to make their money stops. Walker, O'Brien, and Hagman have all had theirs.
So in retrospect, this race is pretty much Sage's to lose now, so...
Right.
As Crumry, still waiting for him to bring a pit side. He is, as we've already mentioned, promoted himself up to 4th place after the pit stop, after Hagman taking the pit side. The question is, can Crumry make it to the end? My guess is no, maybe, not.
Doubtful.
You notice Crumry's been a lot more cautious going for that right-hander since the incident that pretty much took out Kevin O'Brien.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that has to do with, it bit my teammate, I don't want it to bite me.
Yeah. Crumry stays out again.
The bad news is Marcus Hagman's starting to reel him in.
Yeah, as Hagman's coming up the hill now. Crumry's just made his way out of turn 1.
Well, how about Kevin O'Brien reeling in Ernie Ludwig? That's your battle for 7th, really heating up. Both those guys have already had their money stop as they come into the treacherous right-hander.
Yeah, O'Brien a lot safer through there this time.
Flirting with disaster through the S's, though.
Oh, O'Brien a bit sideways coming out the final corner, though. That's not going to help him.
Oh, Ludwig was just as sideways coming through that corner.
Yeah. Just goes to show how rubbered up the track is now. Or how loose the track is. Or greasy the track is, sorry.
Yes.
So still waiting for Martinez and Lumpkin to make their money.
Oh, Brian way off track coming through 2.
I think he just needs to relax and just bring it home at this point.
And that's about all you can hope for.
Got some wing damage from that off-track excursion. Not much wing damage, but he got a bit.
So if you are in the greater Queensland area and you're looking for yard work done, you can contact Kevin O'Brien at P.O. Box OU812. And for a phone number, that's 011-867-5309. If Kevin's not there, ask for Jenny.
A lot of companies have a person called Jenny. Not sure why.
It's one of the most popular women's names for Generation X.
You're not wrong.
Crumry's gone pit side.
Yeah, we knew he wouldn't have the have enough in the tank to make it to the end.
There goes Walker. Walker flashes by. Hagman's already gone by. Crumry's down and away now. And here comes Ludwig.
And Lumpkin's just made his pit stop as well, because Hagman's right behind him. The Lumpkin's finally taken his money stop as well.
Martinez is the only one that still has yet to make his.
Yeah. As now he brings it in.
Oh boy. Ooh, that was a good one.
So with Johnny Antonucci's problem of having that big wreck there coming out of turn 8. Was it turn 8? No.
No, it was coming through the...
Out of the Corvette corner.
Yeah.
That promoted Doug Thompson up to 11th. Mark McFadden's dropped to 10th now. Behind James Bunce. The Bunce is actually making his way through the field now, which is good to see.
And there you see Bunce going into 1, and there's Hagman. And there's Ludwig coming... No, that wasn't Ludwig. Who the hell was that coming out of the pits?
That was Martinez.
Oh, that was Martinez.
Yeah. Everyone's made their money stop now. Martinez making his later than everybody else's, but still holds on to that second place by a comfortable margin. As Mark Walker's going to be the next one to be put a lap down, I feel. Da-da. Da-da. Mark Walker's going to need a bigger boat at this point.
Yeah.
At least we're not going to see another Long Beach. That's the main thing.
Now, for those fans who don't understand what you're talking about, Sam, as those who joined us maybe late in the season, explain it to them.
At Long Beach, Sage Karam lapped the entire field and dominated the race.
Yeah. You know, kind of like what Nate Siefker did at Sebring.
Yeah. That was only because Jake Champion wrecked out near the end, though.
Hey, lapping the field is lapping the field, my friend.
Yeah, true.
As you see Walker coming down into turn 5 as Karam gains a ton of track on him going into that braking zone.
Yeah, everybody just focused on making it to the end now. Mark Walker, despite being lapped here, he's going to get a top 5 here. He's very comfortably ahead of Paul Crumry. Holds up Sage Karam a little bit coming out of turn 8.
Just gives it to him, though, going into the carousel.
Yeah.
And you can see the big difference in speed there. Good grief. Hagman still slugging it out with Lumpkin, though. This is your battle for 3rd and the closest battle on track.
Yeah. Lumpkin has it. Marcus Hagman wants it.
And Lumpkin driving a very defensive line going into 1.
Yeah, because he knows that the... yeah.
Sensational Swede.
Yeah, Hagman looks like he's got the stronger car at this point. As we are 5 to go at the line.
We are 5 to go as they come under the Sargento Bridge and into the downhill that leads into turn number 5. Hagman to the inside. Thinks better of it. Not quite close enough to make that happen safely.
Yeah. So this is your battle for third place here. Really hotting up as we get into the closing stages of the race. Can Lumpkin hold on? Can Hagman take away that third place? That's the biggest question. Hagman, another late entrant into the race, and doing really well to be up as far as he is.
He's adapted very well to this car, I might add.
Yeah.
It's almost like this car is perfectly suited for his driving style.
He's impressed the crap out of me in this series.
Absolutely. If only he hadn't missed the first 4 races.
Yeah, he'd be right up there in the championship fight. So the battle's still raging on between Lumpkin and Hagman. And they've got a very fast stage Karen creeping up on them as well, so they need to get a move on if they don't want to go a lap down here.
Well, there's only going to be 4 to go this time across the stripe for your leader, Sage Karam. He's not in the camera shot yet.
Yeah, as Lumpkin and Hagman have only just gone 5 to go, so... And Karam's just coming up the hill towards the start-finish line now.
And they're entering turn 2.
Yeah. Only 2 retirements. Well, 3 retirements if you count Antonucci. So, not the race of attrition that we expected here tonight, Tony.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I know that there was a little bit of griping about the setup in one of the practice sessions, because everybody was expecting the car to be a little more grippy than it is.
Oh, Lumpkin's blinking out.
Lumpkin had a big blink coming under the Corvette bridge there.
Yeah, as
and Hagman backed right off, not wanting to kill him.
So my happy accident, well, yeah, I had a bit of a happy accident, kind of messed up the temperatures on the race session here tonight. But yeah, again, it's a happy accident. It worked out well for everybody.
Very much so, and I'm thinking we may do that from here on out, is raise the track temps.
Well, this is the iRacing default, so...
Right, but the track temps that I was giving you, that I was working on, were colder than what they are right now, so raising the track temp seems to really help this car out a lot. Really woke it up, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But, go ahead.
This battle's still going on between Lumpkin and Hagman. Hagman's starting to reel him in again. And Hagman does not want to let this third place slip away at this stage of the race. He needs to keep in it and try and close the gap between himself and the 99. It's the battle of the 99s here.
Yeah, I just noticed that too. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to get in on the action here in the BOFA Classic, Indy Classic Series, don't forget to join us next week as we go to the free version in iRacing of Michigan. So all you need to do is own the Lotus 79. We've got the setup. The track is free. All you've got to do is own the car, and you can get in on the action.
Just arrive and drive, basically.
Pretty much. And Sam, you've driven the setup. It's arguably one of the most comfortable setups at Michigan.
Yeah, this and the Watkins Glen setup.
Oh, yeah.
Two really good setups.
Oh,
for
yeah,
this one.
hands down.
And Watkins Glen is the next one after Michigan as well, so...
A huge thank you to Michael Jeans for that setup, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
As 3 to go for your leader, Sage Karam. These guys are still on 4 to go, as we're still watching this battle for third between Lumpkin and Hagman. Hagman's gonna have to get his hustle on if he's gonna want to get on that podium.
Yeah. Well, Lumpkin has been strong here all night long, His closest challenger, if he'd have stayed in the race a bit longer, would have been Joe Morganti, but obviously had that oops going through the carousel. Unfortunately, ending his race tonight. So, what could have been for Joe? What could have been for Joe tonight?
That wasn't the carousel. That was the S's.
Oh, either one. What could have been for Joe tonight, though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had such high hopes for him. He was in great spirits. He had a great practice session, great qualifying session. You know, just one little oops, and unfortunately, you know, got his mind out of the game, so to speak.
Yep, and here we go.
Popsicle sticks are out for your leader, Sage Karam. It's still 3 to go for Lumpkin and Hagman, though.
And Hagman realizes it's time to go because he's really closed the gap on Lumpkin now.
Looking to the inside and going into 5.
Yeah, takes a quick sneak peek, but not close enough to make the move so far. Going towards the Corvette bridge, he does make a bit of a mistake coming out of turn 5. That's going to help Lumpkin a little bit, but Hagman looking really strong with his last couple of laps to go.
Absolutely, as they head on into turn number 8. Look for Hagman to really make a move going into the carousel.
Yeah, Lumpkin runs a bit wide going under the Speedfield bridge, but still keeps it underneath him as Hagman struggling coming out of turn 8 there and going for the carousel. So both of them making mistakes, but Hagman coming off the worst out of that as he's lost a bit more time to the 99.
Starting to reel him in coming into the kink, though.
While these guys are battling, Sage Karam is actually coming up towards the final lap, the white flag lap here at Road America. Going to take a dominant win here tonight, Tony.
Absolutely. 1 minute and 18 seconds over second place, Damon Martinez, who I might add is 30 seconds over this battle for third.
Yeah.
So Damon Martinez is 30 more seconds up the road than these guys.
And he's just all by himself, just running his own race and just killing.
Which is amazing considering what happened at the start. As the white flag comes out for Karam, we're going to stay with this battle for third. Not wanting to miss a minute of this as popsicle sticks are out for these guys. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, if Hagman wants to make a move, he's going to make it pretty soon as they're coming down towards turn 5. Hagman going to get the run here as they go towards turn 5. He's going to get alongside him. He's going to dive it in. Hagman.
Slide job. Slide job.
What a move by Hagman. And this battle was really going to spice up with 2 laps to go, Tony.
And Lumpkin's not letting him go. Lumpkin is staying right with him, all over his rear wing right now as they haul off into the downhill going into turn number 8. Hagman running a defensive line going into 8 that could come back to bite him as they get to the carousel.
Yep. Can Hagman hold on is the question, though. Lumpkin has not been able to cope with him so far since Hagman's got past him. Hagman actually starting to extend the gap now, so Lumpkin, I wonder if he's putting off all the goodie off those tyres now.
It looked like aero push may have come into play going through the carousel. As he was trying to slipstream Hagman and just the front end just would not bite.
Absolutely not. So Hagman promoted up to that final podium spot. Meanwhile, we're going to focus in on Sage Karam as he's coming to the end of his lap now, Tony.
Sage Karam coming into the right-hander. Coming up out of the right-hander into the S's. Less than a half a mile to go for Sage Karam. All he's got to do is keep the car off the wall and the wheels underneath it. Up the hill one final time. Does a little bit of lawn trimming. Flirt with disaster. And it's academic. Your winner, Sage Karam.
Across the line, great victory there for Sage Karam, but David Martinez a long way back.
And Martinez is just coming into turn 6 right now, into 7. We're going to go back to this battle for third under the Sargento Bridge. Lumpkin is going to try one on Hagman. Goes to the outside. Hagman's going to make him do it the hard way. Hagman holds on. Lumpkin tries to get a run. Oh, all sorts of sideways coming out of 5. Hagman with a run out of 6, into 7. Down the hill, into 8 they go. Martinez hangs on for 2nd.
And looks like Hagman's going to hold on for 3rd place here as he's going through the carousel now. Lumpkin is nowhere near close enough to even challenge for the position here. I think Lumpkin settled for 4th place here because he's backed right off.
No, that was arrow push again, Sam, going through the carousel as they're coming up on lap traffic. That's Bunsey and McFadden slugging it out for 9th. Right in front of these guys.
Yeah. So Bunce is... Oh, Bunce makes a mistake coming out of the final corner. That's going to give McFadden the run. Going towards the line, no.
Bunch throws the block. Back to the battle for 3rd. Hagman wins the drag race up the hill, holding on for 3rd.
What a final end. What a final part of the race there.
Wow.
What an end.
I don't know what else to say, but wow.
I think that's the most excitement we've seen from a road course race in a long time.
Absolutely. I mean, granted, you know, the guys from SKM really just putting on a dominating performance tonight. But the battles through the rest of the field simply in fuego.
Yeah. And even the battle for 9th place between Bunce and McFadden, that really heated up in the last couple of corners. But the main battle we saw here tonight was Marcus Hagman versus Stuart Lumpkin. What a fight that was. Marcus Hagman finally getting the dive bomb into turn 5 and taking away that 3rd place and just managing to hold on.
Absolutely, Sam. As we are going to reach out to the man of the hour, the guy who stunk up the show tonight, leading all 35 laps with a gap at the line of 1 minute 21 seconds over his teammate Damon Martinez. We are, of course, talking about Mr. Sage Karam. Sage, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. It was a pretty good race for me. I didn't really have any issues. I was hoping that on the start there, me and Damon would have been able to go off 1-2, and then, wanted to run there with Damon for a little bit. And, it's a really big draft track, so I think it would have been, Damon had some pretty good pace, so I think with him behind me, it would have been a little bit harder to shake him. And then, unfortunately, he had some issues. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he was saying something about how it, with not running, auto clutch or something, it just wouldn't go into gear. So, it sucks that happened, but we still ended up 1-2, and that's the main thing that we wanted to do. So happy about that.
Yeah, it was simply just an amazing drive to watch Damon come through the field like he did. But talk to us your thoughts. How much did the tires fall off for you throughout the run? Because we had heard reports through some of the practice sessions that after about lap 5, it was just hang on for dear life.
No, I mean, for me, I felt good with the tires. My best laps were usually towards the ends of the stint, like the last 2 or 3 laps when the fuel load was really low. So the tires were fine. I'd come in and get new boots every time. I didn't know if I needed to. I probably could have double stinted tires, but just did it anyway. Took tires anyway. But no, I had no issues with tire wear. For me, the car just got faster and faster as the run went on.
Well, we'd like to point out you were the only driver into the 56s tonight, and then you were just showing off, going best lap of the race, 1 minute 55.9. Yeah, that's just showing off, Sage.
I know. I was trying to go quicker. My optimal was a 55.5, and there were a couple laps where I was like 1 or 2 tenths up on my 55.9, and I just want to get it. Like, that's just me. Like, I'm a competitor, and I don't know. I'm always trying to like better a lap, and I just, some of the I just kept making little mistakes here and there, and then I had an off track, just one wheel, and got in 1X, and I was so pissed off about it because I had a perfect race going, and put that in the rearview mirror, and then like 5-10 laps later, I had another off track, and it just really pissed me off. So those last 2 laps, they were looking like good lap times, and then I just kind of started overdriving it. So I just kind of reeled it back down, just said, you know what, let's just get the win and move on to Michigan.
Well, speaking of Michigan, you were part of the preseason testing that we did with these cars there. Your thoughts moving into next week with the house that Penske built?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun race. The race we did there before, the car is really stable. So, you know, it's going to make for a really good race, you know, close nose-to-tail stuff. You know, I don't think you could pick, you know, who's going to be the favorite going into that one to win it. You know, I think from first to last, everyone's going to have a shot. So, we'll see. You know, I don't until I get practicing and seeing what, you know, how the fuel stuff is calculating out to be. I won't know if it's going to be, you know, come down to more of a fuel race or not. So, you know, that's just the main thing. Go in there as prepared as I can be as far as knowing how many laps I can go in a stint. You know, what the car's like in dirty air, and stay out of trouble. Keep my fast repair, you know, closer to the end of the race, and we'll see how it goes.
Now, the one thing I do need to touch base on is we were watching during the hot lap session. There were a couple of, shall we say, uncharacteristic Sage Karam laps that took place early on. Dare I say that it wasn't you in the car at that time?
Yeah, no, that was my girlfriend. Yeah, she I came into the sim room, and I was just like, I'm gonna get on the sim, and she was in there, and my dogs were in there, and she came to get the puppy out, and then she just sat down in the sim chair, and she's like, I want to give it a go, and I said, all right. She's like, but can you put me on track with nobody else on it? And I was like, well, it doesn't really work like that right now. So she went out there, and the first lap she drove around in about 5th gear at about 10% throttle, and I I pretty much just told her, I'm like, all right, just listen to me, and you'll be all right. So I was telling her go full throttle, and then downshift once, twice, and she was starting to pick it up, and she actually had a really nice save. The car came around at a turn 5, and she saved it, and I was really impressed with that. But you know, she's got a little bit of practice she needs to do, but she did good.
Yeah, the fact that she didn't really tag anything until I believe it was coming out of the kink. She kind of ate the wall. When you're
out of the carousel, she just dipped the wheel and spun it and hit the inside wall.
That's
but
what
I mean,
it was.
like, it was like her first lap at speed, and she was gonna run like a 2:30. So, you know, not too bad. She's on it.
Yeah, no, that was impressive for never having driven this car in the sim before. That was quite impressive. So
I mean, she watches me like all the time on this thing, and you know, I'm sure she's sick of watching me on it. So she's probably picked up a couple tricks.
well, you know, all you need to do is just buy a second wheel, a second rig, and you know, I believe you've got that Abuto that you're looking to move. So just move her into that, and hell, you know, a family that races together stays together, right?
Yeah, that's right. But you know how they say, happy wife, happy life, and I don't know if she'll be too happy after I wax her every week.
True story. Wow. Oh man.
I hope you didn't hear that.
She's right next to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be a good earful after this.
Okay, so before Sage loses what's left of his life, anybody else you want to thank, Sage?
I mean, just you guys. You know, Tony and Sam up in the booth. You guys do a great job, and you know, it's cool to have the broadcasting, and of course, Sam, all the hard work you do in the league. You know, I know we don't get, you know, 20, 25 cars yet, but you know, it's first season, and I think with good quality racing and the good quality people we have in the league, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow fast, and so hopefully that happens. And just gotta thank my girlfriend, my dogs, my mom, dad, everybody. You know, everybody just allows me to race my whole life and keeps this thing alive. So thanks to everybody.
Now, will you be joining us tomorrow night for the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series?
Where's it at?
The Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta see if I'm available. Are they far into their season or what?
Race 2.
Ooh, race 2. I mean, that's kind of tempting. I don't like going into like series when like it's kind of at the end because I don't want to like mess up anybody's points. But if it's race 2, that's tempting. I'll see what I can do.
All right, Sage. Well, worst case scenario, we'll see you Wednesday night at the Top Fuel race at Atlanta.
Yep. See you guys.
So that was Mr. Sage Karam joining Sam now, the man who fought hard for that second place finish, Mr. Damon Martinez.
How's it going, guys?
Sam? And we lost Sam's mic. Cool. But Damon, I got to ask the obligatory question. What happened at the start?
Oh, dude, so I'm 0 for 2 on standing starts, man. In the group, I was telling, it's funny because I was telling Sam, I was like, thank God we're doing this standing start so we don't got to do this pace lap. But then at Road Atlanta, I accidentally unbinded or uncalibrated my clutch trying to do something. So I was just driving with auto clutch and all that. And then when I at a Road Atlanta, when I put it into first gear and gave it a little gas, I jumped the start by like 10 seconds. So I made sure I did everything not to do that this race. And I'm holding in neutral. I even typed in the chat, I was like, clutch in, everybody. And then I just didn't shift.
Auto blip is what you want, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I can blip it, but I don't know. But I just forgot to put it into gear, and then I was like revving the piss. I was like, oh, this is not gonna be good. Caused a couple long laps for us.
And we're back with Sam.
Yep. My mic took a crap for a second then. But after that start light incident, we had the safety car period, and you were able to get that damage fixed. But when we went back to green, you just absolutely blew the field apart and moved your way up to second. I bet that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I started in the back of the field. That was a little more fun. Once it got past everybody, it was kind of empty. You just saved 20 seconds ahead.
Yeah, it just seemed very easy for you to get back to the front there. Once you were back at the front there, do you think did you have anything for Sage there, or were you just happy with second place?
I mean, I don't think I had anything for Sage. Sage's slow laps are still better than my personal best laps, man. I don't know what he does at this place, but he just does something extra. Looking at my fastest lap right now, he beat me by like a second and a half. It's demoralizing race to be having that guy as your teammate sometimes.
Yeah, but at least you got him as your teammate. At least he's not driving for someone else's team.
Yeah, then at least I'd be in the back with the rest of the field if it wasn't for him teaching me how to drive this car.
Well,
the monumental help.
Absolutely, and bringing home a 1-2 here for SKM. Looking ahead to next week, we are off to the free track known as Michigan. Just give us your thoughts on that, and do you reckon you're going to be able to get a win there?
I hope so. It's pretty much anybody can get a win there. Hold on, it'll be a close one, man. It's going to be pack racing all night, so it's just going to be hope for the best and make your moves late. Hope you're the last one who's able to do it.
Now, you were in on some of the preseason testing that we did. How fun was it to run 2 wide, 12 deep for 35 straight laps?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I think the one race I was able to do, Kieran got the win, but yeah, it was just flat out the entire time. It's pretty fun. Just have all cars next to each other the entire time.
So next week we're looking to have a pretty decent-sized field with a free car or a free track. The only thing that people are going to have to actually purchase as far as iRacing content is the 79. Your thoughts on possibly having a 20 to 30 car field in that one?
Oh, that'd be good. We need a big race in this one to get some league excitement up. I haven't been able to make a couple of the last races. I've just been working late, but this is a fun series. We need to do more of it.
Well, there you go, Sam.
Yeah. And yep, we'll only improve from this point onwards. But anyway, congratulations on the second place here. Very hard fought position to get here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
The usual. Thanks, Sage, for having me on the team. Thank you guys for up there in the booth doing what you guys do. We wouldn't have an audience if it wasn't for you guys.
Okay, Damon. Well, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you Wednesday when we go to Atlanta.
All right, see you guys later.
As that was Damon. I believe you're with the BOFA driver of the night, Mr. Marcus Hagman.
Absolutely, BOFA driver of the night. Rounding out our podium, Mr. Marcus Hagman, the sensational Swede himself, with probably the most awesome finish in BOFA Indy Classic history to bring home third place. You and Stuart Lumpkin slugging it out for the last 10 laps. Uh, Marcus, talk to us about that battle you had.
Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. That was the most intense battle I had in a long time. Um, I didn't take tires during the last pit stop, so I think that's why I closed so much. I think I closed about 4 seconds on the pit stop alone, and then the hunt was on.
The hunt was on, and with 3 to go, you made a move going into the downhill leading into turn 5. Did you know you had it at that point?
No, I was actually planning on waiting a little bit longer because I know that the draft is really good on these cars, and after the long straights, I kind of had to block a bit, um, not to let him by, but it worked out. But I wasn't really sure I'm gonna make third place for that one, but I did, and I'm living with it.
Absolutely. Um, on the start, how close were you to getting collected into that initial incident that took place when the green came out?
Oh, I got a 4X, and I got wing damage. Maybe not visible, but I surely noticed it on the straights because I was losing time on the straights, not in the corners, but on the straights. So I took my quick repair on the first pit stop there, and that really helped.
You had to have been sweating bullets the rest of the race, though, with all the battling that was going on around you.
I need to take a shower right now, so yeah, that was kind of intense.
Fair enough. As the series moves forward next week, we're going to be going to Michigan. Your thoughts on going to the big fast 2 miler, the house that Penske built?
I think I'm gonna do like I've done so far, resting myself into shape. Since I'm away working in the weekend, in the weeks, that means I got zero practice in the weeks. But it worked out fine. So I'm looking forward to Michigan. I like the track. Um, let's see. I hope the setup is just as good as it was today.
Well, for what it's worth, if you are on the Facebook page, I do know the setup is there available for download that we're going to be using.
Ah, perfect. Then I might actually get about 1.5 hour practice today, and then it's off to work.
Well, for one thing to be mindful of that setup, the last race that we ran there, we went 35 laps without a caution, and we were 2 wide, 12 deep. So, something to be mindful of.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, anybody else you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank you guys for broadcasting and doing all the hard work. And the setup guy, I don't remember.
That would be Tony.
That would be me.
Then I'll thank you extra special because I totally suck at setup. So this one was really good. And I would like to thank my team, Team Vikings, Scandinavia.
Awesome. Marcus, looking forward to seeing you in the future. Best of luck to you next week, and congratulations on the podium tonight.
Thank you, sir, and good morning.
Good morning to you too, sir. So that was our sensational Swede. And Sam, before we go, I really need to thank you for this league. Broadcasting this league with you is so much fun. I can't even really put it into words. Fun doesn't even really begin to describe the enjoyment that I get out of the broadcast for the BOFA Indy Classic League. So thank you for putting this all together.
Well, it's just something fun for these guys to give themselves something to do on a Sunday. I mean, yeah, the fields have been short, but it's created some exciting racing amongst different people. I mean, that battle between Hagman and Lumpkin today was just absolutely off the chain, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more, especially when we go to our next road course in 2 weeks, which is going to be Watkins Glen, and we know how exciting it gets around there, Tony.
Oh, absolutely. My home track, it's almost too bad that I'm going to be in the booth for that one.
You don't have to be.
No, I don't have enough seat time with the setup at that track. And the one thing that I've noted, and it's not a slight against the guy that built that setup, is we have two different driving styles, and it works for everyone else. It doesn't really work for me as well as it does for everyone else, and I would just be a hindrance to the competition if I were out on track next week. But I do love Watkins Glen. For those that want a little Armco with their racing, and now correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, but next week we will be running the boot without the bus stop.
We're running the boot with the classic layout, so no bus stop. So they're just going to be running straight to the carousel, and yeah, they're going to have to get it on the binders to slow it down for that corner, because it's going to be a tough one. Basically it's going to be the classic layout, the way they ran it in the 70s, and it's very unforgiving, that classic layout. So you just need to be careful going around there. Before we move on, Tony, I just want to give a mention to the updated points. I have updated the points now, and despite finishing 13th and retiring early, Conor Ojeda has taken over the points lead, and he's 15 points clear of Jeff Hollingsworth as we go towards Michigan next week.
Well, congratulations to Connor. That would put Antonucci up to third, I believe, then, right?
Yeah, Mark Walker's up to fourth. Kevin O'Brien is in fifth. Bradley Allison, after missing the last two races, is sixth. Tifka is seventh. Sage Curran, after his win, is eighth. Garrett Maines is ninth, and up to fifth, up to the top 10 now. Despite missing the first four races, might I add, Marcus Hagman is the last man in the top 10. Crumroy and Damon Martinez are 11th and 12th respectively. So Marcus Hagman, his impressive run is still going. He's just flying through the up the standings right now.
You've really got to wonder what would have been had he not missed the first four events.
He'd be up there with Connor right now.
I dare say that, yeah, he'd be a force to be reckoned with in the point standings right now. Still half the season left, still a lot of time to make up some ground. The biggest question is anybody going to have anything for Sage Karam on the road courses? If you think you've got something for him, you can join the league. You can find us on our Facebook page, BOFA Indy Classic, or you can find us in the iRacing League section. You can find us this coming week. There's going to be at least two practice sessions for the house that Penske built. That is the free version of the Michigan International Speedway. We provide the setup. The track is free. All you have to do is own the Lotus 79, and you can get in on the action next week as we go to Michigan. So, quick rundown of the final standings tonight, Sam. The unofficial results. Sage Karam coming home with the victory. 1:21.25 seconds to the good over his teammate Damon Martinez. Marcus Hagman with a hard-fought third-place finish over Stuart Lumpkin in fourth. Mark Walker able to hang on for fifth. First car one lap down. Paul Crumry with a really good finish, and it's good to see Paul actually finish a race. He's had some bad luck as of late, but Paul brought it home tonight in sixth. Ernie Ludwig hanging on for seventh. Kevin O'Brien hanging on for eighth. James Bunce. His streak of top tens continues as he's in ninth. Mark McFadden rounding out your top 10, Sam.
Wait for it. Finishing 11th was Doug Thompson. Had a difficult race. Spent most of the race. Got caught up in the wreck on the start line, which was started by Damon Martinez. He comes home 11th. Johnny Antonucci 13th. Conor Ojeda, new points leader. He is 13th, and Joe Morganti, what could have been for him tonight, he rounds out your field of 14 drivers tonight, Tony.
And here's the thing about Morganti. Arguably an oval specialist, especially when it comes to speedways, look for Morganti to be at the front of the field next week. I'm calling it now. Joe Morganti is going to win Michigan.
Yeah, Joe is very fast around Michigan, especially the old version, so watch for him to be up there next week.
Absolutely. But that is going to do it for us tonight. Again, congratulations to Sage Karam for winning going away tonight, as that is going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget to join Sam and I tomorrow night for the Paskey's Cardiac Truck Series as they go to Phoenix for race number 2 of season number 3. Good night, everybody.
Good night.